Content promotion is where the magic happens. It's also the topic that creates the most conversation online because of its popularity amongst digital marketers. Obviously, there is a lot of under-the-hood planning that's already gone into at this point, from business objectives, research, planning to site architecture and content optimization. But in most cases, the promotion, or in the traditional sense, the advertising, is what gets the most spotlight. So why at WebGrowth do we call it content promotion and not advertising? So I'd like to think that it's a change of mindset. If we spoke about advertising first, we potentially lose focus on the content's requirement to serve the user. If our focus is on advertising alone, there will be a high likelihood of us having a strong sales approach, which means we aren't putting the art of building trust front and center of our digital strategy. Which also means we only start focusing on the bottom of the funnel and start forgetting about the bulk of people which are sitting at the middle and the top of the funnel, who are still in research and discovery stage. This change in approach has been caused by the fact that customers have a louder voice now than ever before, thanks to social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter. This louder voice is forcing businesses to listen and engage with the person before they become a customer. So with Google at their fingertips, people are more inclined to do their own research and perhaps use social media for advice before committing to a purchase. So we see this quite evidently with Mark Zuckerberg asking for recommendations within Facebook. So rightly or wrongly, advertising is potentially dying, and it's evident with the near liquidation of the Advertising Standards Authority here in South Africa. So, well thought out strategic content will become your digital asset. Like any strong asset, we need data to back up its performance and return on investment. So content marketing will fail over the long term if you don't have the right KPIs in place and the metrics to measure its performance. So yes, you might strike it lucky here and there, but that spray and pray approach doesn't work in the long term, in my opinion. When you have the right metrics in place, you can start looking for those micro moments of traction to build on. Once you start recognizing what your audience is attracted to and what pushes them down the funnel, that's when you found that golden thread. So over time, it becomes a lot easier to build content assets, and efficiencies start to come into the content production process. You can, of course, send out what we call these small hypothetical ships to test content. And if there is a little bite, we send out a larger ship. So I guess you're asking, well, what is a small ship? It's a topic that you haven't pushed out to your audience yet. Your team has either stumbled upon this topic via an idea or via research. The team then commits to creating a lightweight piece of content to which a small promotional budget is allocated to. If the piece of content has a high engagement rate, you or the team brainstorm why this happened, improve the content where possible, and promote again with a larger budget. If you really want to strike while the iron is hot, you fast forward the brainstorming session, skip the improvement part, and immediately put more budget towards the post to take advantage of the traction you already have. So the metric to track traction in this instance is generally shareability. If it's top of the funnel, or if it's clickability, then it's lead generation, which means it's towards the bottom of the funnel. In theory, the better your middle and top of the funnel content is, the harder it will work for you, which means your cost per engagement or your lead will be a lot lower, so your budget will go a lot further. So the disclaimer here, though, is that the content that you produce also needs to be targeting the right audience. And that's where promotion becomes so important. So you may have the best content, but if you're targeting the wrong audience, then it obviously won't be as effective. We also can't hide behind the fact that content does cost a fair price to develop. The beauty about content is that it's an asset, or at least it should become an asset. If done right, it will be. So that's where research, planning, website architecture, and content optimization all come together to offer massive value over the long term. Okay, so hopefully I framed the need for content promotion nicely in this video. If you have any clarification questions that you need, or if you would like more information, please drop us a message and we'll be happy to clarify anything that you might have.